Hi there, my name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we're part of the ELCA, and welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text. We tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree. This is for the 9th Sunday after Pentecost, and we're looking at the second lesson out of Ephesians, and looking at a phrase when those who were once far off, or we who once were far off, have been drawn near, that the blood of Christ, or the cross of Christ, and as I look at it, the love of Christ draws us in and draws us near. So that's the verse I'm looking at, and there's one item from the Dollar Tree I'm thinking about playing with, and then the other is a children's game, a playground game. And the Dollar Tree is a badge reel, and I've used them before. Sometimes they'll have a pen attached to them. Sometimes it's got a little clip to where you can attach a badge, like if you're going into Intel and you have your badge, and you can bring it out, scan it, and it sucks it back in. One of those reels. Mine is, I'm just getting back from Texas and a wedding, and mine is somewhere, so I cannot find it. So that's how prepared I am for that. But a reel, pull it out, and it snaps back in, and it's a badge reel. And then, or there's one that's had a pen on it where you can pull out your pen. You've seen them where janitors will have their keys attached to it. And the idea is that here we are, this is the reel, and we're over here, and we're pulled in. You could do it with, a couple of weeks ago I did a magic trick with a rubber band and a paper clip, and you could actually have it to where we're over here, and the paper clip moves, and we are drawn into the love of Christ. That getting pulled in. So the badge and the badge reel is the item I'm using. The other direction I'm looking at going, same theme, that idea of being called, being beckoned, being pulled, and that the game I'm thinking about is that old game, Red Rover, send blah, blah, blah on over. Red Rover, send Johnny Boy on over. Red Rover, send Christopher right over. And not playing the actual game, because we don't want anyone to get clotheslined. I remember that, where it's like you'd run and get caught right into the windpipe. That was a blast. But the idea, though, is that we're being called, that we're being pulled, that we're being beckoned, and through the cross and through the love of Christ, a whole different thing, where it's like Red Rover called John right over, and instead of being clotheslined, we're embraced in the love of Christ, and that we are loved and we are redeemed. And so playing with that idea of maybe the game red light, green light, where they're at there and you go, red light and green light, and the idea of when they're moving, but all about being pulled in, being beckoned in. So those are a couple ideas that I'm playing around with for this week's children's sermon, but all has to do with being pulled and loved and embraced by the love of Christ. All right, I hope that can be a springboard for your own thinking. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a fantastic week.